Welcome back to the Vegan Good Life with Miyoko. Today I'm going to show you how to make my very simple recipe for a classic French onion soup. Now you may think that it's gone out of style, but I guarantee you not. All you need is a really great stock, and I recommend that you use my got no beef broth, that's in another episode, and a whole bunch of onions and a whole bunch of time, because the trick to making French onion soup is that slow caramelization. A simple recipe that delivers exceptional results. All right, let's make it. All right, you're gonna need about 3 pounds of sliced onions for this soup.
You are an onion slicing machine.
Yeah, okay. Years of practice. All right, I got my Dutch oven nice and hot, and I'm gonna add a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil and some vegan butter. This is the butter that I made on another episode. The butter will help it to brown, and the oil will help it stick to the pan but not stick too much. And now the onions go in here. Believe me, this is going to shrink down. The whole trick to making a delicious French onion soup is the caramelization, the slow cooking and caramelization of the onions. So we're going to be doing this for a while. So pour yourself a glass of wine, enjoy the vegan good life, put on some music, just relax while you're making this classic French onion soup. Sprinkle a little salt. All right, these are going to require about 45 minutes till they're fully caramelized. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit, and we'll just give it a stir every few minutes. Okay, the onions are beginning to cook down, and I want to get them to caramelize. To help that process, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of sugar and some sea salt, and we're going to cook this for another 30 minutes or so until they have reduced even further. They're down here now, and they're going to shrink even more and get deeply brown and caramelized. So see you back in about 30 minutes. Oh, it's getting that color. We started out with this huge pot of onions, and this is what it's cooked down to. And you cannot skip this step if you want a great French onion soup. French onion soup is all about simply the quality of the stock and the cooking process for the onions. That is the key to a great onion soup. At this point, we're going to add the stock and the wine. So I've got 4 cups of the Got No Beef broth. If you haven't seen that episode, check it out. And I'm going to add about a half a cup of white wine. Yeah, maybe a little more. I'm going to add a little bit more stock. And we're going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to add the final touches and let it simmer for another 15 minutes. All right, it is beginning to look wicked, so I'm going to add the final ingredients. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of soy sauce. And traditionally, you would add brandy, but for some reason, my liquor cabinet was empty of brandy. So I've got some vermouth. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of that. And we're going to give this another 15 minutes or so. Top it off with some bread and some cheese. Broil it, and our French onion soup will be done. Look how dark and delicious the soup looks. So I'm going to turn it off now. We're ready to put it into our mugs, our bowls, top it with some stale bread, stale or toasted bread, some cheese, and stick it under the broiler for a minute. I've got 2 pieces of stale bread, and I have some cheese that I made. This one's made out of potatoes. And I think it's going to be absolutely perfect on this bread here. Slices up beautifully. You can use any vegan cheese that you like. make it homemade if you like, and then a little bit of Parmesan that I grated up earlier. And we're gonna stick these under the broiler and get them all brown and melty, and then we're gonna dig in. Oh, my French onion soup is ready. I just need someone to share it with. I can't wait to dig in.